Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Hilary Martinez and I am the assistant manager at store 472 and also our resident product expert. Today we are going to be doing a retouch on my beautiful client, Caitlin, and that will include baby lights and balayage in between. So just stick around and we're going to get started. Okay, so Caitlin is a natural level 6 and she likes to have platinum ends. We're just getting to where she's just getting too much regrowth going. So Caitlin is my client and I have been doing her hair for quite a while, so I know how resistant her regrowth is. So I have decided to go with Flash Lift for my lightener, and I'm actually going to mix up two different formulas, and here's why. So the first formula I'm going to mix is going to be with 20 volume, and I'm going to mix it 1 to 2 because that is what Redken recommends for in foil or on scalp applications. My second formula that I'm going to use is going to be Flash Lift with 30 volume, and I'm going to mix it 1 to 1 because I'm going to be using it open air, so it's going to be in between the foils. Okay, this is my 20 volume formula. I used 1 ounce of developer per 1 scoop of lightener because the Flash Lift scoop is only half an ounce, so that makes my formula 1 to 2. It's nice and creamy, as you can see. It's kind of a little bit thicker than pancake batter, but it works really nicely in foils. I'm also going to add pH bonder into this, so I have a half ounce formula, so I'm only going to use 4 milliliters. It's important to mix your lightener and your developer before you add the pH bonder. That is Redken's product recommendations. So now that we're all mixed, I got Caitlin all sectioned. This is a 10 section foil placement. So I divided down the middle, and then you have the nape, the middle part of the head, the crown, and then the bridal ridge and the 2 front sections. We're going to be doing horizontal foil placement, so I will be going through on 1/2 inch subsections, and then just taking the first 1/8 of an inch, micro stitching that, and then I will balayage what is dropped out, and then we will continue that way up the head and then through the front. Now that that section is done, I'm gonna clip these right up there. I'm just gonna take a very small brush, and in my 30 volume formula that's mixed 1 to 1, so it's nice and thick, I'm just gonna freehand a little bit in between, just to give some variation. Gets a little bit wide, so you might have to place 2 foils side by side. The general rule is if the section is wider than a peace sign, then you need to place 2 foils. So like through here in the widest part of her head, I will be placing 2 foils side by side. Okay, so now that we've gotten to the top of the head, you can see everything is horizontally placed all the way up the head. But now that we're at the top, this is divided into half, and we're taking still horizontal section. Okay, I'm mixing up her toner now, and I'm going to be using 9V and a little bit of 9P in her formula. I'm also going to dilute that down with 000 Crystal Clear. So we have what we call the dilution solution. So I am going to do, there's 3 different tiers of the dilution solution. There's minimum dilution, moderate dilution and maximum dilution. And with the maximum dilution, almost all of your formula is clear with just a little bit of your original tone in it. And then with the minimal dilution, you just have a half an ounce of clear to your 2-ounce formula. And for a moderate, which is what I'm going for because I want still really good saturation of the color, but I don't want it to get too dark or too saturated or too opaque, so I just want to clear it out a little bit. So half of my formula is going to be clear, so I'm going to use 3/4 of an ounce of 9V, 1/4 of an ounce of 9P, and an ounce of clear for 4 ounces total, because you do use the developer for shades, which is processing solution. So you have to have as much processing solution as you do your formula. And clear is treated like a shade. So I'm going to be mixing this up and then we'll get to toning. I am going to be using a bottle application method. Okay, using my bottle application method, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to apply from root to line of demarcation. So where I have lightened her hair, not the ends. I probably will pull through a little bit at the very end just to make sure that the tone is very nice and even. Okay, now we have our toner all rinsed and she is ready to shampoo. Before we can do that, we are gonna apply this step number 2 of our pH bonder. So this is what's gonna reform those bonds that we did break so that the hair will be nice and supple. It'll help soothe the cuticle, and make her hair nice and soft and shiny, and I'm so excited. This is my favorite part. So we're gonna put this on from scalp to ends. We're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna shampoo her out. Okay, now that we have her all shampooed and combed out, I sectioned her into 4 for a haircut. We're just doing a very simple line today, and then I'm going to texturize when it is dry because she does have finer hair and she mostly likes it all one length because she does like to braid a lot. So I have my bottom section sectioned out. One thing that I always ask everybody to remember is make sure that they don't have on bulky clothing and make sure that their hair doesn't touch the top of the chair, because that will end up graduating the hair and your line will not be straight and super crispy. And I love crispy lines. However, you want to make sure that when you are doing a haircut and you are below the acetaminophen line, and make sure their head is down, and anytime you're cutting a line you want to stand directly in front of the area that you're working. So I would be standing directly in front of her at all times, but like I said, for the video I am standing a little bit off to the side. And blow dry, and then I will texturize when it is dry. I do want to add some volume and lift and movement, so I'm going to be using these 3 products. First, I'm going to be using, if you can see this, here we go, the Redken High Rise Volume. It's a duo gel, it's a volumizer, and you apply this from the scalp all the way to the ends. So when they mix together, they form the best ever volumizer, and I love to use that more on people who have finer hair, and especially people that I lighten, because it's not a mousse, and mousse has lots of alcohols that can tend to be a little bit dry. I'm also going to use the Velvet Gelatin. It's a cushioning blow dry, and then I top that off with a little bit of blow dry oil, which is my favorite. It is heat activated, so when you put this in, it gives it brilliant shine and it looks so beautiful. So I just mix a little bit of this in with my Velvet Gelatin. So using my brush like a roller, like we learned in beauty school, I'm going to be over directing the hair and then rolling it back. That's going to give me an on-base curl. It's going to give me the most possible volume that I had. If you pull it straight out, you're going to get a half base curl, and if you pull it, keep your elevation lower, it's going to be an off-base curl, and that's going to give you the least amount of volume. So over direction, most volume, keeping your elevation lower, the least amount of volume. just want to make sure that your section is never bigger than the size of your brush, and you will be good to go. I'm just going to continue up the head, and then we're going to texturize, and then I'm going to give her a little bit of a beach wave at the end. Okay, now I'm going to be adding some texture now that she's all dry. We have this beautiful blended blonde shell. And all I'm going to do for her texture pieces is I'm going to start in the back, just like I would a haircut, behind the ear. And you can section that off if you want to, just to give you a little bit of a guide. And I'm just going to start center back. And I'm going to elevate like I'm going to be cutting layers. And then I'm just going to fan it out with my fingers. So the way I do that is come all the way up, leave this out up here that I'm going to texturize, and then simply close your fist. It fans it out, and then you can go in and texturize with just your normal shears. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm not closing my shears until I'm pulling out. So going in open, pulling out, slightly closing. Same thing on this side, slide to the ends to where you want to texturize, close your fist, point cut. So as you can see, we have a nice strong line, nice and shiny, healthy hair, super soft. We got some little bit of texture and movement in there. Okay, now I'm gonna go through and give her a really loose, textured, beachy look. So what I do typically, unless they have super thick hair, I always do two sections. I just section off about the parietal ridge and clip all of the other hair up, and I'm just gonna leave this. And then I'm just gonna take big vertical sections, and I'm gonna curl these guys. So first I'm gonna prep her with iron shape just to heat protect it up to 450 degrees. Let that work. So, vertical section. And I'm going to be curling, alternating, so away from the face, towards the face, away from the face, towards the face. I only do that on the bottom one because I like the varied texture, and then on the top I want everything on this side of her head to go away from her face, and everything on this side of her head to go away from her face. So in my vertical section, I'm going to start at the root. Let's curl that. Once that's done, I'm going to twist out and then curl the rest, leaving a little bit of the ends out, twisting out, and then pulling that straight. It's going to give me a very loose curl once I comb it out. Touched any of these curls yet. What I'm gonna do is take just like a half a pump of this diamond oil, and I'm gonna run it through my hands and between my fingers like a lotion. And we have this wonderful beachy texture, and I'm gonna top that off with Wind Balm. This is one of my favorite hairsprays from Redken. It acts kind of like a texture spray and a hairspray in one, so it's really nice for beachy looks. So what I'm just gonna do is, you don't ever want to spray up because the alcohol in the hairspray will kind of open up that cuticle. We want to spray down to make sure that it's nice and smooth. So I'm just going to lift her hair a little bit, spray down. I hope you guys had learned lots of things today, and I enjoyed having you. Have a wonderful day.